This video, we're going to be talking about one of the world's most popular drinks, coffee. Now, in a fitness setting, coffee is most commonly consumed as a pre-workout. And we know that there's a huge body of evidence to support that caffeine can have a positive effect on improving training performance with both endurance training and strength training. Now, coffee and caffeine don't actually provide any calories. So we're not seeing an improvement in performance from an increased amount of energy available. We see an improvement in performance from more mental focus, more mental alertness, and reducing the onset of fatigue. So we're going into our session with a little bit more pep in our step, and we're also able to physically do more work before we start to get tired and fatigued, allowing us to perform more total work in each session and accumulate more fatigue and more volume over time, leading to better long-term success. Now, this is something to be mindful of, just to make sure that you're not having an over-reliance on coffee and or caffeine to get you up and or through your session. If you feel like that's happening more frequently than not during the week, then you probably need to invest some time and effort in your diet, either increasing carbohydrates and or total calories. You can still consume caffeine. It will still have a positive effect on improving training performance, but we also want to make sure that we're improving mental focus and alertness, reducing the onset of fatigue, but also making sure we have enough energy available during the session for our performance, and also we have enough energy available to recover properly in between each session. Now, if you're looking to use coffee and or caffeine as a pre-workout, you need to make sure that you're having enough. So as a general rule, you're looking for around 3 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of total body weight. And that works out to be about 1.36 milligrams of caffeine per pound of total body weight. Now, we all know Starbucks, if you do a quick Google search, a tall roasted coffee or brewed coffee at Starbucks is around 190 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. Now, for me, I need around 240 to 250 milligrams of caffeine. So that probably wouldn't be enough. Lighter roasts tend to have more caffeine. I don't know why, it's just what the internet says, with their blonde roast at the tallest size of venti having close to 500 milligrams of caffeine, which is way too much. A common misconception we have of coffee and things that contain caffeine is shots of espresso. Now, a shot of espresso only has around 75 milligrams of caffeine. So you'd have to have 4 shots of espresso to get around 300 milligrams. So that's a lot of shots and a lot of money for, yes, a decent amount of caffeine. The only plus side to potentially having a shot of espresso versus a coffee is just that you would be consuming a higher amount of caffeine with a lower amount of water. And sometimes having a lot of water before a workout might make you feel like you need to constantly go to the bathroom, or just might feel uncomfortable in your stomach. There are also other ways we can get caffeine. There are regular pre-workouts that often the main ingredient is caffeine, and we have just straight caffeine supplements. But again, you'd want to use that equation, 3 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of body weight, or 1.36 milligrams of caffeine per pound of total body weight. Now, we are all individual and we have different levels of sensitivity. So it's just a guide. If you habitually consume a lot of coffee and or products that contain caffeine, you might need to go a little bit on the higher side. If you don't consume a lot of coffee and products that contain caffeine, you might be on a little bit of the lower side. So just use it as a guide and try to find out what is the right one for you. But you want to be making sure you're having your coffee and or your caffeine around 30 to 60 minutes before your workout to make sure that you really do get the most from that supplement. So I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, then please post them below. Please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all these videos and tips, and please follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you guys again soon.